Boy. Okay. We got us a difficult game here, but it should be a fun one. Let's try and figure out this auction, though. I got a lot of things going on here with streaming stuff, but for just a minute, we're going to try and lock in on this auction here. This is pretty important. Don't want to embarrass ourselves in front of Andas. We have 15 seconds to make a move. Cultist should be fine. Early Earth rewards. Yeah, Cultist should do really well in Cults here. Benefiting from the Leech. Or benefiting from the early Cult steps. They will also have Prime Leech spot here on E6. Digs are a little tricky here because engineers might not get digs. Cultists might not get digs. Which would really be not good for engineers. I don't know, it gives Nomads a little more potential. Color neighbors, brown, yellow. So they should be a little less good than normal. Blue and yellow. Synergistic color people. I don't know who this guy is. I don't think I've ever played him. He's got a good amount of games though, so probably knows what he's doing. Yeah, pastels are interesting. No, engineers could take 3 power worker or priest. Yeah, these 3 pastels are probably the first to go. Not sure what combination though. Alright, I'm starting to get a little bit of a grasp on this game. So we've got dwelling scoring, trading post scoring, which is probably going to favor factions that don't need to ship. Which means I think I want to see how these bids go before I say anything. Okay, so I think because there's no ship VP scoring, it hurts Cultists a little bit. It's probably, you know, obviously mermaids want it, but I think it's fine for mermaids. I think nomads are pretty interesting here. Let's try it. Let's try it. They have a they have a chance at doing some interesting stuff. I think engineers maybe could have been bid a little bit more, but because it is the lower rated player, I'm gonna try and gamble that and say I'm just gonna play against Ondas and Husker. A little bit of a metagame strat.
New places, new people,
But we'll see.
new people, new places.
Alright, I have to go F3.
Places.
But then the question is, do I go E8 or G4? I tend to play E8 regardless, especially now that mermaids are here too. Just I'll soak up all this leech here, and it's gonna prevent cultists from getting to E8, because they will certainly have shipping before me. Ah, okay, that's pretty cool too. I think Ondas may be thinking what I'm thinking, and he's like, hey, I'll feed the lower rated player, you know, and see what he can do with all the extra leech. That's my guess. I don't know. This is one of those things where it could totally backfire, and imagine the engineers just starts declining leech for cultists. That would be absolutely game ending, and I would love to see that. Let's see what pass tile they take. This is a pretty big moment. They go priest. Yeah, this is a very heavy coin game. I think there's going to be no problem with coins, I think, for us. I mean, I guess there's always coin problems, but it's not going to be the number one issue. I think with mermaids having temp ship, I probably want to spend my first spade on E3, because I'm going to get single spade. So I could go E6, G2, or E3. And I think E3 is going to be a little better because we're going to get more leech, just because mermaids are probably going to build C1 and then into D2 and possibly F2. So, and then in addition to that, well, now I'm starting to think if I should go Sanctuary right here on E6, G2. But at that point, it's like maybe we're feeding a little too much leech to engineers. Could be a problem. All right. Yep. E3 it is. 3 it is. Yeah, this is a great example of why yellow and blue work so well together, because I want, you know, these 3 hexes here. Blue wants everything around me, and because of that, both parties are happy. Both parties, you know, don't really meddle too much with each other. I could take a priest here. It's not really that great. I think passing before everyone. What do I want to do? Yeah, this might be like take Earth 2, pass, and then Sanctuary, Earth 1. Oh yeah. Ondas is really loading up to get a lot of leech. He could get denied, but if he doesn't get denied, he's going to be rich in leech. What am I looking for? I'm looking for one of my playlists. Music. Let's take an action. There's no real rush on Earth 1. So we're going to take Earth 2 whenever it comes around. All right, so I could pass. I could pass. I think we probably should. I think that's a fine idea. All right, a couple things that are going through my mind right now. I want to carve out this town as fast as possible so that I can get to 2 Key Town before Ondas. I think this is a pretty good game to take 2 Key Town. There's, you know, if I can get it round 3, I think it's decent. Wow. Oh man, Ondas is getting... He's getting starved. At least for the first round. Man, Ondas might not get a spade here. This could be rough. So this dips me below 6 power. Surely it's worth it. There's a lot going on right now. So spade is good. A priest of air is good. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I want to do this. I think dipping below would kind of hurt a little bit. But if I can get some spades from here, maybe it's okay. All right, I think here's my game plan. I've spaded, put a dwelling down. So now, okay. Thought we were gonna see a double spade from engineers, but they don't need to. They can do it after this move. But I'm gonna take water 1 as my sanctuary. Oh, we get some leech. Cool. Because I'd be surprised if mermaids took Earth 1 here. All right, the question is, do I send my priest? I think so, because these pastels are good, but because there's 2 good pastels, I think I'm okay with letting one of them drop. I either want this one or this one. Yeah, I need to send my priest for sure. Because I need this worker. Because once I build these TPs, it's going to hurt my worker production. So, got to make sure I get my workers when I can. But also, send my worker here puts me to 2 steps. And then I'll be at 4 steps if I take 2 ketones. So, it's all coming together. I need to move this. Move here. Boom. Yep. Ondas has the same idea. Man, and we're getting leech. Things are looking good. This just happens with nomads. You just have dwellings everywhere to start, so you always pick up leech. It's a great thing. Who would have thought? Okay, so I could actually go for I think I'm going to get some leech here. But I'm not sure. I also think I'm going to lose Earth 1. I'm calling it now. I could have built a town for 2 key that last round, but doing it before the trading post round would have been a little silly, I think. Sweet. I'm really hoping Husker does not take Earth 1. I keep saying it, but I'm stressing about it. His path to do it was to do a sanctuary instead of that dwelling. It would have, hurt a little bit in the coin department, but he could pass onto the 6 coins, and I think that'd be fine. I think that's maybe what I would have done. Okay, so he just goes ahead and passes. His economy's looking cracked. Absolutely bussin'. Dun, bum, bum. Assuming mermaids want to get Earth 1, I'm not going to be able to take a power action. So, like, Ondas, he's going to take 2 spades here, and I'm just going to have to leave the coins. Which gives the coins to engineers. How do we feel about that? Yeah. It just feels like I have to push for this. Because I think if I get Earth 1 here, I'm absolutely cooking. And if I don't get Earth 1, okay, all right. I think we're good. Yeah, one good thing about Ondas, there's many things, but another good thing about Ondas going double east for us as nomads is I have all the time in the world to get to B2, A5, and so on. Because no cultist is this fast to get up to this north space by round 3, 4. Especially while I'm on E8, he'd have to cut through all this, and that takes 3 ships and digs. So that was very helpful to me, I would say. All right, we're looking good. We're in the points lead already as it is, and I think we have a lot of ways to score. So whoa. The original song to this is amazing, but this cover is, it's pretty good. Yep. We will forego waiting to do the town here. We're just going to go ahead and do it. Let's see how much leech we're going to get. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll convert 6. And that comes with a spade on air, a spade on... We already had the spade on earth, but it's going to, once we take our cult bump, comes with an extra priest. And it just helps us compete in all the cults. So, pretty good. Pretty good. I don't have to, but I think one ship here would be good so that I can dig B2. Or G2, actually. G2, Yeah, hold on. I could just dig G2. Cult reward spade E6. That's not amazing, though, because if mermaids likely take this, not that great for us. Man, engineers are really being a thorn in my side on these cults. Like, we're practically tied on all of them. And I didn't want to have to compete with them. It's good that we're both beating mermaids and everything except water. Because mermaids are looking like they're in a great spot. Ondas could be thinking about taking water 1 here. He does not. And I think that's a great move. Okay, I have an idea. We're gonna do G2, even though I talked about not doing G2. Maybe we're not. Because I could build a dwelling and another TP, which is good for econ and scoring. Or I could do a TP and upgrade shipping, but it kind of hurts my workers. It puts me down to I'm receiving 3 workers for next round, and I'd have 4 total to work with. And it's not amazing. And I will need to get my shipping in eventually. I think I do shipping now that I think about it, because I'm gonna need to hit these natural yellows, and that seems like a pretty easy way to get to them, if not the only way. Just claiming at the moment, absolutely. Ooh, a little free leech action there. It's like vibing with a little bit of clay. Okay. So G2 is no longer an option. That's fine. We can do our original plan, B2. Because I think maybe this was a better town to strive for regardless. All right, we're getting into that really hard part of the game where I got to figure out if I'm passing or if I'm not passing. So I want to use this cult bump on water. But if Ondas makes an action and leaves this dwelling open, honestly, thank God. I didn't want to have to think about that. Because that dwelling scoring came with coins action, and the coins action is so worth it, but I'll take the extra priest. I could use it. I've only used 1 priest in the cults, and I know I'm probably going to send another one in earth. So, I don't know what that means. Klipa pilling while tarot maxing. Badass. Alright, we have a something on. I might as well upgrade a TP. Yeah, I should expect moves from both of these guys. Not that I'm even trying to pass before them, but it definitely helps my game plan. Because honestly, taking this ship VP is, or not ship VP, this temp ship, that could be pretty good for me. I think we still take all the leech. Oh boy. Now I think now. All right, now I'm thinking I take this priest. My brain is everywhere at the moment. I want to take this priest to put it on Earth, because I think somebody's going to be annoying and try and fight me. Oh boy. All right, let's try that. I'm kind of gambling here that I'm either going to get this temp ship or 6 coins. I think the 6 coins is even better than the temp ship. All right, cool. Both of them are open. We're going to get one of them. We love to gamble. I don't even know how much of a gamble that was. I think it was pretty obvious that mermaids were going to take the TP pass. The song playing called Risk. Incredible. Zero risk here. Nice. Yeah, let's send that bad boy up. Yeah, if I have 2 ship and this hex is yellow, I'll be able to get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellows. And I have 4 workers. One of these priests will be used for shipping, and then the other priest I'm almost positive is going to be sent up to Earth. So I'll be able to build four dwellings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have enough coins? Sure. So that's my game plan this round. Oh, okay. Well, that kind of works out because I just lost a yellow. So honestly, perfect. There is still 1 water 1 on the board. I'm not sure how much pressure Ondas feels right now. Clearly not enough to prioritize it over coins. F the disco. I think this is a decent song. All right, free leech, W's. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send this priest up before I get locked out of doing it. Because if I didn't do this and cultists send a priest, engineers are almost certainly going to send a priest. But, alright, that's good though. I needed to win a cult when cultists are in the game. Because it's so easy to just not pay attention to that. And what do you know? Cultists have won every cult. Yeah, see, engineers sent a priest to Earth after I did it. I'm not sure what I should be prioritizing. I guess I'll upgrade my ship here. I'm just going to try and pick up the spots that may give me a free leech somewhere, like B4 here. If mermaids don't dig B5, I can place B4, pick up a free leech there. When engineers come to D4, then I'm going to want to go to B2, free leech here. It's kind of the process of how you want to place. I'm not getting these hexes dug, it looks like. There's no way blue's digging. I don't think engineers would ever dig any of these yellows. Yeah. Alright, well I lost the B4 leech, so I'm going to go for the B2 leech. And yeah, these four hexes up here, you see these? B2, A5, A6, A7. That's my next town. And my last. I'd be sure of that. It's a 2-town nomads game. My game in Terra got so much better when I realized that towns actually not the best way to score points. I used to always try and go for like 3, 4 towns if I'm certain factions. And then you'd end up with like 120 points. You'd be like, I just lost to a faction that put up 1 town or 2 towns. What happened? So yeah, figuring that out was genuinely game-changing for me. And it took a long time. Dude, too many neurons. And unfortunately for me and my friends, it's just the battle of 2 brain cells going at it. The type of... I've played some like pretty complex games with my friends, but it's kind of rare. And honestly, I don't even prefer them. Like, I love this game. Can't explain that one, but you know, we stick to like pretty simple games. We played this one game for 4 hours on Friday called Blockus. You've probably heard it. It's literally got 1 rule in the game, but it's so fun. So I got no problems with playing a little simple dimple game. And if you haven't played Blockus, highly recommend it. It definitely tickles the brain in a certain way when you make certain moves. And you'll know. I don't even need to explain it. You'll know what those moves are. Oh my god, look. This thing's right here. Oh, you can't see my mouse, but it says too many rules, bottom right corner of the YouTube. Too many rules. We don't need those kind of board games. Alright, we gotta be careful with the songs we play. Usually, I mean, if I just play my normal stuff, we will be copyrighted. But I have some underground stuff, I think, that should not be caught. Why do cities not bring enough points? What should be prioritized instead? Let me find a song and then we'll dive into that one. Oh man, this is this one, I don't know. Okay, so the whole thing with cities and towns, it's usually just more beneficial to like compound points via like if you have dwellings or if you have like Earth 1 dwelling scoring, you probably just want to place like, you know, a bunch of dwellings and stuff. Or if you have Water 1 and the TP round is coming up, you probably just want to place you want to build a bunch of TPs. What was I doing again? I always get distracted. Building dwellings. But towns are great, don't get me wrong. It's just sometimes a town is like at the expense of you're having to do 3 digs and maybe an expensive TP here or there, but also you're losing momentum on like network. Because when you're building towns aren't always efficient. Most of the time they're not efficient. They're great though because they give you extra bonuses along with like VP, and you can lock out cults with those towns. But they slow you down in like racing for network. They slow you down and your just ability to like you want to be flexible. You want to be able to like pass early, pass late. You want to be able to do this, do that. And sometimes towns can like kill your economy in a way. So like this TP on F3 is it's just a TP because it scored. It's not going towards a city, and I definitely knew that. But these two TPs, when I build them, they are going towards a city, so it's probably going to be worth it to go for a town here, because it's like I've already sunk a decent amount of resources here. I've dug, I've built a dwelling, I'm going to, do this, do that. But yeah, I mean, it's like you're obviously not trying to avoid building towns. It's just sometimes it's way more efficient to score not building towns. A great example of this is I played in the 2 Key Cup like a month or so ago, and Lustrous Games streamed it. It's uploaded on his channel. But I'm playing Chaos Magicians, and I just build one town, and then I'm literally scoring from just like hitting the track, passing, and just absolutely tearing up Earth 1, Water 1 rewards. And like I'm scoring an absurd amount of points. So you don't need the town. It's just all about being super efficient. But with factions that are very economic, like nomads are very economic. They may not seem it on like at first glance or at first play. But nomads, engineers, alchemists, just to name a few, darklings, just because they are so efficient, you probably want to build towns with them, because building those digging those extra hexes isn't really going to cost you a lot of other stuff. Like you can still compete for network, you can still get Earth 1 and Water 1 and score, yada yada yada. So many little things that just add up to that question. And that was probably none of that probably made sense. I don't know what this is, so we're gonna skirt on out of here. Ooh, we could watch Getting After It on Base Map. Interesting thumbnail. I freaking love this. This one, we're gonna turn it up just a little bit. Heater. Yeah, mermaids they're looking real good, to be honest. They're gonna score possibly 3 towns in this town round. Disgusting. Alright, do I want to buy a thing? I don't think so. No, I think I'm gonna get a pastel out of this. Yeah, I think mermaids are gonna win this one. No, you definitely, it's not annoying to answer questions. That's half the reason I stream, is to chat. And I do not super care about the game that much, so I'm down to just chat it up. Alright. Only convert, pass, and then I got you. let's do this. Engineers, I'm not sure what they're doing here. I might get a leech, so we'll leave one open. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting this. I'm definitely not getting this town, but that's fine. This round at least. My favorite faction, so, you know, Chaos Magician, they have a special place in my heart. They were the first faction I played. I was blown away by how cool they were, and I played them terribly when I first played, but it didn't matter. So, you know, those are kind of, that one's got like a weird place. But the more I play, it's like, you know, it changes every now and then, but I think it might be Nomads. I really like playing Nomads. But I don't know. It's definitely, it changes. Like, Halflings are so cool. I actually really like playing Halflings on 2-player. And that's probably because everyone just plays Swarmlings, and it's like, alright, I'm now stuck to, if I want to compete, I can only play Halflings or Chaos Magician. But yeah, like I'm not really a big fan of like Orin or I don't know. I love Swarmlings. Swarmlings are dope too. Swarmlings get a lot of hate. And, you know, to each their own, but I think they're one of the cooler factions. Oh my god, we just got coins. In second seat. Wait, I think he fucked up his landscape. Yeah, I tend to like the factions though that just have more flexibility. Nomads, in my opinion, one of the most, if not the most flexible faction. It's insane. They're up there with probably Darklings. Aren't Witches as good as well versus Swarmlings? So in 2-player, not really. No, Swarmlings are legitimately like. I think Alchemists may be the only faction that can come close to competing with them, but even then, maybe. Like, it's not even close in 2-player, and it's like if you know how to play Isolation, because you get a free TP upgrade with Swarmlings, which if you can just like hide from the other player, totally legitimate, but it makes it so hard for the opposing faction to keep up with like your economy and still, you know, have a pretty good game. But because Halflings have such a cheap way to get digs, they can usually like expensive TP early and like find a way to get to you, and then, you know, regulate. They're still going to lose like in a vacuum literally every time if they're starting at the same VP. Chaos Magicians are pretty close too, just because they're so good at playing the Colts. That's the other thing too. Swarmlings, like, they're great at playing the Colts, and they have good economy, and they can play for network. So it's just tough. But 4-player game, yeah, Witches are probably better than Swarmlings most games. I think that's fair to say. So it's weird that the player count can do that, but it's mostly just because of the fact that they can hide and just, you know, be fine. All right, we're about to see Mermaids get a buttload of points here. Although I do think that they messed this up. I don't think they planned on having to dig one, because this landscape needs to go here if they wanted to get a town. My god, they're killing. Alright, so I probably want to upgrade my ship. After building these TPs. And then hit I-7 and H1. I think I just lost a Husker playing like the same thing. I think I was Nomads, he was Mermaids, and he just clowned on us. Yeah, see, 2 players. This was hilarious. I was playing Mermaids and like passed without doing 2 shipping because I was late to something. Yeah, right here. I had to go. Yeah, I was playing Nomads. He was playing Mermaids. Literally the same factions are in it. Halflings, Engineers. I did not learn my lesson. What were the starting VPs here? Okay, so I started 2 ahead of him. I at least started more here, but still. What's the greatest number of... Asking for a mermaid friend. That's amazing. I don't know if that means that that's Husker, but that's funny. So first I'm gonna have to ask you a question. What is countenance? Is that a word? I am no big vocab. Me small word. What's the greatest number of hard digs you would countenance in a single game? What is countenance? That's not a real word people are using, is it? Countenance. I can't. I'm trying to use some context clues here. And in doing that, I'm just repeating the sentence and I'm getting nowhere. But if you're asking, what's the greatest number of hard digs I've ever done? That can't be the question. I feel so dumb right now. In a single game. Can I buy a vowel? Can somebody help? He's drunk. Hell yeah. That didn't really help. I'm just gonna guess. If you're asking how many, what's the most hard digs I've ever done in a game? I don't know, probably like 4 or 5. It's not a lot. Hard digs, not that great. I mean, I assume we're talking, 3 worker hard dig, not like a upgraded dig. Usually like, I'm almost always cool with 1 to 2. In this game I've done 0, but I haven't really needed to. Do I need this? Do I need? Who am I waiting to pass? I'm waiting for Engineers to pass. Dude, I don't know. This isn't really getting me anything. We'll decline. I don't know. This is too much to think. Although, if you're Engineers and you're doing 1 to 2 digs, you've lost. I think you've lost. Usually, if you're having to hard dig with Engineers, game over. Kind of the same for Alchemists. You don't ever really want to hard dig with them because workers are extremely valuable with both of those factions. It's pretty rare that you're in a situation where you have to hard dig as swarmlings, but it's probably fine, to be honest. But yeah, the factions who can, like, you know, get their worker economy going, and they have the normal worker situation, you're fine. Also, if you're hard digging with Darklings, you've won, because that's not possible. But yeah, like nomads, that's kosher. Usually with mermaids, like, you almost want to hard dig, because I mean, it seems like they're the faction that almost always has like the dwelling rush lead or the worker lead. CM as well. CM is one of the factions where if I redid my Terra opening guide, I would change their super strong opening. I think I put super strong opening as their sanctuary, which I do not agree with anymore. It's still a good opening, pretty good. But their super strong opening would be temple and 2 dwellings, or as many dwellings as you can. But it would need to be 2 dwellings if it's super strong. Giants are, you know, they need deformed towns, counter to what I was saying earlier, but in doing that, you are also playing to the Colts, or not to the Colts, you're playing to the, you know, the round track over here in your pass tiles. But they're a slave to building towns because they can dig anywhere. So it makes sense that you want to build towns. That's why other factions don't have to build towns, is because they can't dig anywhere like giants can. So that's, yeah, giants are kind of a puzzle because you're balancing both. I need to go over here. You're balancing both trying to carve out your towns with your digs and also pressuring your opponents with every dig. So it's like every dig you do should accomplish both of those. And if you're only doing one of those, it's, you know, you could have a good game, but that's usually not like how high level players are playing giants. And the fakirs are a perfect example of getting one town and that's it. I mean, you know, if they have a good enough economy and there's not a lot of pressure on their hexes, they'll build 2 towns or whatever, maybe even 3. But more times than not, 1 town and just score. Score. Maybe I go ahead and throw a priest. I guess I still am competing with mermaids, even though they're 26 points ahead of me. Oh my god, and they're gonna beat me in network? This is insane. I'm never picking mermaids. I'm never picking nomads over mermaids again. Mermaids are just so smooth. Oh, yeah, if you're mermaids, you gotta, and your sandwich, you gotta carve out some space. Absolutely. I'm assuming you have a moderate to good worker economy, because that's usually how you justify it. If it's like first round, I don't know, boss. I don't know. Oh my gosh, Hong? My boy. Alright. Let's see. I could like guarantee that I pass after engineers if I take a priest, but that would really not be good for the eco nomi. What is this guy even trying to do? I have no idea. Nobody knows. Yeah, I don't want to do it. I don't have the gall. Honestly, the dwelling scoring isn't even that good for me. I don't have that many dwellings. I freaking suck. I'm garbage. Alright, fine. We'll play properly. Gotta do it. I think we heard this one already, but is your BGA username also QE9WG5PR95B? That's like one of those Google auto-made passwords. Use this strong password. Oh, see, you can't see my chat. I think if I click it open, it'll pop up. I'm looking at my oh wow, I'm on a pretty big delay. What up, gang? Okay. Hong is just chilling. Nice. Oh, I don't even have coins. This is pathetic. Yeah, we'll convert one of these. Do I watch Survivor Season 50? Dude, there's 50 seasons? That's insane. Can't say I have. Alright, let's do a little chat. Only been playing a month, haven't played together. Welcome to the game. I'm sure you'll have a blast and are having a blast. Lots to learn. But by now, you've gotten in at a great time because there's so many good resources. When I started playing, there was still, some resources, but I wouldn't say there were a lot of good ones. It was all just like random stat explanation. That's probably not a word. And it was just really hard to make sense of anything. But yeah, now I think, for the visual learners, there's good, YouTube videos outside of myself even. And, I mean, shit, people are still talking in the BGA Discord for Terra and still trying to figure out stuff. Oh, man, he couldn't make one more move? Are you kidding me? Did he not have any dwellings? He didn't have any dwellings. Oh, my God. This is tragic. I also thought I was behind him for some reason. Yeah, I just could not figure out. Man, what a silly goose. Nomads, yes. The greatest to ever do it. This guy's trying to talk to me about Survivor in the middle of my Nomads game. He ought to know better. Alright, let's get out of here. What do I want to do? Let's just pass. It's that easy. Oh, looky there. We're absolutely crushing Ondas right now. Am I going to lose network to Ondas? That would be embarrassing. I think the max... I think I could get down to 3 structures. And that's a stretch. Nomads are my comfy pick. Exactly for their versatility. I'm a noob and I can always find another way with them if the game is not going according to my plan. Exactly. They just have a lot of cool openings too that really work. You know, you can go standard temple with digs, put some dwellings out. You can go double temple. You can actually go sanctuary. And then there's the stronghold line. And then with all those branches, you have, what are you doing after those rounds? Are you going, you know, for your shipping scoring? Are you going for town scoring? Are you going, it's just a lot. Had a god-awful alchemist game last night. I think sometimes winning those terrible, or not winning, but getting those third places and those terrible games can almost feel better. I wouldn't say they're better than a win, but, you know, they have their own satisfaction to them. Alchemists are, that's also like, I was just about to say, yeah, what you said, how your best game was with them, but also your worst. They're such a glass cannon. They seem to be a little more fragile than pretty much every faction. Okay, what do I want to do? Damn, losing D6, that kind of sucks. All right, let's do this. Okay, wait, I think the play here is to go for upgraded digs. I think if I upgrade my digs, I can get my my structures out. I need to get to 3 structures, gang. That's the game plan here. Yo, coming to TM Con. Let's go. Hell yeah, bringing a couple buddies. I assume the buddies play. It's going to be an absolute grand time, regardless of what you get into. There's just so much to get into. Yeah, no, I'm excited for you. I think this is going to be a big year. I think we're going to have a lot. We're going to have a lot of solid people that are coming back. It's going to be incredible. I've been bugging the people I go with. Not really bugging, but I just sent them a message the other day asking them if they got their tickets. And it sounds like everybody's going to be coming back from my group, which is big plus. Ondas being one of them, although he said there was a slight chance he doesn't go, but I never believe anything he says when it comes to his availability to TM Con. He will be there. If he's not there, that's how Rome fell right there. Heck yeah. Are y'all flying in from, I have no idea. Are you guys like in America? You guys European? Where are we coming from? We got Kolos coming again, I think, from, I think he's in Sweden. No, not Sweden. What's the blue and yellow flag that's not Ukraine? That is Sweden. Yeah. I think that's the furthest person. I know EJ's coming in. He lives pretty far out there too. Shit, y'all in the Carolinas? I feel like we've had this conversation before. Maybe. Y'all are East Coast. Okay. That is Sweden. All right. I mean, I'm not too far from you. I'm in Atlanta, so I do this guys trip with my dude friends, and every year we go and play sports for a full week, and we play games all week. We keep track of the points, but we go to a new state every year. That's like the one rule. And we've already done both the Carolinas, so unfortunately I won't be meeting up with you guys anytime soon with from a little Olympics rendezvous. But I went to OBX when I was in, is that North Carolina? And then I went to Hilton Head. We went to Hilton Head when we were in South Carolina. So Carolina's a great time. Nothing but good remarks from me. And I'm thinking, so this year I get to choose where we go. And I got to figure out where I want to go. I have some ideas. And I know there may be like 2 people from that group who may watch this stream. So I don't want to say it here and give away. Because it's like it's a secret. But I think we might go out west, is what I'll say. I mean, we've gone west before. We've gone to Arizona. We've gone Texas. But yeah, a little manifest westiny, if you will. Yeah, this will be our 10th year. So we're 10 years in. This will be our 10th year, so about to be 10 years. I work for a video production company, actually. I used to do editing, but now it's mostly just project coordination and a little bit of graphic design here and there. But yeah, it's pretty chill. Washington State's dope for outdoor stuff. Perfect. Good to know. All right, I'm not going to count if I need this or not. We're just going to take it. We're taking any 2 for ones. We have Earth 1, we have Water 1. We're going to take it, and we want to upgrade digs. That's kind of what I'm thinking. All right, let's see how many digs I do need. 1, 2, 3, 4 is upgraded digs. 5, 6. Huh? I feel like I might need these workers. No, wait, do I? Hold on, let's actually count this. Oh, counting is so lame. Do cultists need these? Workers? Hold on. This could be huge. Cultists might want these. Oh my god, dude. I'm going to actually tie for first in network. I'm cracked! Okay. I don't think I need them. Yeah, I don't. Ugh. All right, I did the math. And it's probably wrong. All right, what are we listening to here? Maybe it's Love. 10 million views. Whoa. Usually, don't like to play those songs with that many views. People be like, that's my song. You can't play it. Silly. This guy's pretty good. Really good, I would say. Yeah, something tells me, something tells me I'm not getting last. That's always nice. Alright, let's make it happen. Boom. I don't need to worry about engineers. I think we've got them covered in the network race. I'm gonna have two priests and a cold step to push up, because I'm gonna take a priest town. One of these priests is gonna be gone, so that's two priests right there, and a cold step. So I probably just go up water. I don't know. Is there any way I catch up to mermaids? No. No, I'm down 38 points. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? 32. We're down 32 points. Alright, special landscape. Grab a priest. Hold on, did I say we're down 32 points? I meant 23. I think this is louder than it normally is. Okay, so let's place a dwelling. I don't know why I'm delaying, but we're going to delay. And we're going to give engineers a... Ay, 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 caramba. Alright, so I took some extra leech that I didn't need to, as we see with my leftover resources. But that's fine. I think the important thing is what you have just pointed out, which is as long as we beat Ondas, God forbid we lose to that guy. We just went out to Colorado and we played a game while we were there. And I think I put up one of the greatest games I've ever played against him. I'll have to find it. We played it on BGA as we're sitting next to each other. It was the dumbest thing ever. Alright, there's got to be an answer to this question. I think I'm supposed to beat mermaids. Or not beat mermaids, but attack mermaids. So we're going to go up in that cult. No. We played a 4-player game. It was like... It was a BGA game. But no, we didn't bring the physical game, so we just played... Well, I've got engineers beat, so I'll just... just go up here. That's fine. Does that make sense? It's still 1 point, right? Yeah, 3 to 4 here, 1 to 2. It's the same. Pass. Bang, bang. I think we were playing with like some scrubs at our table though, and somebody like did a move towards him that I don't remember, but it was a ridiculous game by me, is all I remember. I think it was engineers, now that I think about it. I could find it, but don't know if I want to. We'll see how bad we lose to mermaids. Probably like 10. And in this game that I was looking at, I lost by 18. Jesus Christ. Jeez. Dude, losing by 14. What happened? Oh, man. What do I think the best number of players is? It's definitely 4. No argument. I think even the 2 players realize that 4 players is the best player count. The game was like pretty clearly made for 4 players. I mean, the favorite tiles, there's 3 copies, which means there's pressure on it if you have 4 players. In 2 players, there's no pressure except for the, single favorite tiles. The map size was built for 4 players. Not obviously, but it was built for 4 players. The fact that there's 4 cults means that everyone could, win a cult. It's just like every part of the game was built for 4 players. So when you play with different player counts, things get a little looser. And, it's still Terra, so it's fine, but it's just not 4-player Terra. Yeah, it's less leech. It's weird. The strategies are like completely different. It's like you're trying. It's like if your faction is better, you want to avoid the other faction. That way that they suffer more in terms of like economically from having to do expensive TPs. So like Chaos Magicians, Swarmlings, Alchemists. Usually, if you're against those factions, you want to try and find a way to be their neighbor. That's the way I've seen it played at my tables. So, seems to work out. But yeah, it's all about countering. And like you'll see a lot more like digs against a certain player. Or like in 2-player, not a certain player, like your opponent. Actually, a really cool thing that, I don't know, you just started playing a month ago, so maybe you have missed this. But I guess maybe you've seen it on my channel. Probably not. But what's really good, though, is 2v2. So then it's still, you have the tightness of everything. So like, same map, same pressure on all the favor tiles. But like a problem in 4-player Terra sometimes is like, if I decide I want to just triple spade your hex that you need, I can do that. And like, sure, I'm going to lose, but you're also going to lose. And that can like really suck when you're in those situations and a player just makes a move that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for their game and it hurts you. In 2v2, that's not an issue because it's the same thing as 1v1. It's a zero-sum game. So the 2v2 thing was and is like super fun. If you ever get a chance to play that. You've seen me doing it. Okay. Yeah, it's a total mind melter. Like the auction is impossible, but if you're into like really tricky puzzles, the auction's fun. But even then when you're in the game, the fact that you can start like spading for your opponent, like that really opens up a whole branch of strategies. You don't have to always, we both have to get Earth 1. No. I'll take Earth 1 because I'm going to place more dwellings than you. You worry about Water 1, so on. And Yeah, it's really fun, and it's you get to play with somebody, so you can talk through things. I think it's one of the best ways to learn tarot. It's play 2v2, but yeah, it definitely like literally doubles the play time of the game, which is a lot for some people. So there's that caveat. But yeah, Husker. Oh, I'll tell these guys I streamed. They probably already left. Anyways, I'm a jet. I'm gonna go do drugs, and by drugs I mean I'm just gonna get off, not actually go do drugs. That's not cool.